Hi, this is Gary Goodwin, founder of the Armchair Dreamer, and welcome. Today we look at the main reasons for learning visualization and practicing visualization. There are more reasons, but these are the main ones, the most important ones to get down. Before I can go into the list, though, I need to do one fine point, which is split out two terms that always get jumbled together: visualization and imagination. First, visualization. Visualization is something that's highly purposeful, it's very goal-directed, and the idea is to use our ability to visualize, either through images or other sensations, something that we've planned out that we want to accomplish or experience, but we stick to the script because we plan out each visualization session as to what we want to do, what we want to achieve. So we're very, very conscious with our desire of what we want to achieve, what we're picking to achieve, and how we want to go about achieving that. Imagination is different. Imagination is, we may have some of the same sort of task or our goals, but we stop in the process and we open ourselves up to whatever comes up from the unconscious. That may be new information, new feelings, new sensations. We basically throw a question into our unconscious and to see what comes up and what can add to our understanding. Let's do an example for both. If I'm using visualization for, say, running more often, I would come up and be very mindful of my goal, which is to run more often. I would visualize myself getting ready in the evening, getting out there and having a good run. For imagination, what I would do is say, ask questions rather than make statements or to see myself clearly doing something. I would ask, either directly or indirectly, why aren't I running more? What do I need to do to learn how to run better and more frequently? What is blocking me? How can I overcome these resistances? So you see, it's a more general question, and it's a question to our unconscious to give us some new understanding of what might be blocking us. The intentions are the same, which is running more, but you see two different processes there. At any rate, let's go ahead and begin looking at the reasons why to visualize. First one is evidence shows that it works. There's a growing body of evidence that's been coming out for several decades now that certain objectives, certain goals, certain effects, processes can be affected through the use of visualization. This is the evidence that's coming out of psychology, out of medicine, out of wellness, and out of sports psychology and a few other avenues showing that there is truly something to visualization. In some amazing way, simple imagery can shift not only how we're thinking and feeling in the moment, but can also affect our body, shift our body. This is especially seen when visualization is used for stress control, stress release. For stress relief, where basic images are used, when the images are brought up, the body calms down, quiets down, and with the quieting of the body, then the mind is able to concentrate and to be able to have flexibility. It's truly amazing. The unconscious loves imagery. If you need proof of that, just close your eyes, take a nap, or when you're sleeping tonight, pay attention to your dreams. It just loves imagery. It understands it. As Carl Jung said, it's the primary language of the unconscious. We're moved by myths, we're moved by stories, we're moved by paintings, we're moved by images. So in turn, we can use visualization to speak and to work with our unconscious. Visualization can be used for something that's fairly surface, for instance, trying to remember something, combining images so we can remember a list of items. or we can use it to go much deeper to affect body and mind. In health and wellness, visualization is being studied and applied to make very major changes, to see if they can be, to make changes to the body, is being explored for its ability to perhaps change the body. Visualization really knows few barriers. It's not stopped by space. It's not stopped by time. We can visualize ourselves at some distant location on the earth or beyond, just as well as we can visualize our past or someone else's past or our future. It is not bound by the laws of reality. We can go inside things. We can visualize what the interior may be like. We can go outside. We can expand things. We can shrink things. We can be these things. We can go on top of, around, look from so many different perspectives. And we also can be different roles. We can be different people. We can be animals. We can be, substances. We can be the elements. We can be all sorts of things. So it's an amazing, powerful tool that allows us to experience the world in ways that we would never have the opportunity to experience, or it would be very difficult to replicate. Even if we weren't interested in visualization itself, if we had any interest in concentration, or if we had any problems with distractions, visualization teaches us how to take back control of our mind and where we put our attention, how we use our attention, what's in our mind, how to keep things out of our mind. Visualization is a fantastic tool for sharpening the skill of concentration. Visualization is tremendously helpful, and maybe we can't do what I'm about to explain in any other way. It is extremely helpful when we want to develop a habit. I used the example earlier about running. It can be anything. In our head, we can visualize what we want to do. We can take a look at what we need to do, refine that, come up with a plan. But beyond that, not only are we doing things to our conscious mind as we're doing this rehearsal, this planning of developing a brand new habit, but we're also educating our unconscious that this is important to us, this is something we want, this is something we want now, this is something that we really need in our lives. It wakes up the unconscious to that. The unconscious works behind the scenes to find ways to help us move forward with what we want to do. It's an amazing single skill that has lots of applications. Mastering this will allow you to master so many other things. I hope you come along on this journey. So join us for Visualize 101 here at armchaildreamer.com.